SHODO-O!
Hey guys, welcome to the 48th episode of the Soda Pop Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Frozen Stratos. Here with me today we have...
Hey, it's Josh.
Wait, we've reached 48 episodes. That's like a length of a Toku show. Is that why the blog is ending?
Oh, no!
Oh, no!
Why? But yeah, guys, it's all doom and gloom over here. But
Wash
hey,
your hands.
Yeah. Yeah. Wash your hands, wash your toys. Guys, make sure that your Google Translate is working properly, because I thought we weren't getting SHODO updates for 6 months. But hey, that's neither here nor there. We've got tons of news today. We skipped a week because there wasn't any SHODO news last week, but we're going to be catching up on some of the mini-plot news with Josh, as well as some... I hesitate to call them leaks for AI06, but, you know, there's just information out there now. And then we will end off with 2 blog updates that came out this week. So, without further ado, Josh, you haven't been here for weeks. Why don't you put in some work?
So we're starting with the 06 stuff then?
We're starting with a mini plot. We talked about this right before
you're right.
we
You
started.
did. Yeah. Okay, mini plot. I got it flipped around. Okay. So, if you did not know, the new Sentai Kira Major started last weekend, and just like normal, Sentai is doing candy toy mini plot figures for the mecha from the show. So this set of Kira Majin, which is the main base robot that they'll have for the first half of the series, is coming out on March 23rd. So not this Monday, but next Monday. And they're doing kind of similar to the new SHODO approach, where you can buy a set where it just has one of each, and you don't get any duplicates or anything like that. So you can just have that. Or if you want, you can buy a box of 12 and get duplicates for whatever reason. If you want to display more.
Worth noting that it's been doing that for a few years now.
Oh, has it?
Mm.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I've got some Q Ranger stuff like that.
Then it's been doing that for a while, and they're going to keep doing it then. But
it is news to say that things are going as usual.
That's fair.
Oh, cool.
That's fair. So yeah, basically the first set just has the main 5 fire truck and the jet and the helicopter and the race car and the crane. So, or shovel thing. So that's happening. They all look really, really good. They have a lot of the transparent plastic and everything that the deluxe toys have. And honestly, pretty minimal stickers, all things considered. They look really good even without the stickers, which is really nice. Set 2 was up on HLJ for a May release, but it already sold out, and we don't know what's in that. It could be like a case refresh like they did before, or it could be like some of the smaller gem weapons that just recently came out. But I'm sure we'll know about that later. But yeah, I mean, this mini plot can do everything that the deluxe one can. It can make the Sky Mage and Land Mage combinations, and then it can also make the Kira Majin, and it can turn into the little cube gem modes that the deluxe ones can do, so that's really nice. And
it can do everything the DX one can do, but better.
Exactly, everything but better. It's just a little bit smaller, and it has a lot more articulation, and you have to build it yourself. So,
I mean, you're you pay for the parts, you're the labor.
Exactly.
It's essentially what all these mini plot candy toy stuff are.
Right.
When you put it that way. Yeah, it's like when I was it was when I was trying to describe soda to someone. It made me sound like I was being ripped off because you're buying a half of the figure.
I mean, the thing is, you're paying considerably less because there is not as much labor cost involved. So I assume that savings gets passed on to us.
Yeah.
Which, again, not a bad thing.
No.
I'm interested to see how this will look once it's out and people can compare it to the DX one, because I remember seeing a toy photo from like a toy fair sort of event, and it seemed like the height difference wasn't really that much.
Yeah, Kira Mage in the deluxe one is already a very small mecha.
Oh yeah, it's about the size of the Zyuohger one.
It's actually a little bit smaller than that.
Wow.
And that was already really small as well. It's not like a huge size difference between the two. I would say maybe like an inch or so, maybe. But
well, I mean, considering in episode 1 we see him like actually be scaled with the thing, like with the mech, I'd venture to say it would make sense that it's smaller.
Maybe.
So
Maybe?
does that mean the DX one could be posed with Yudo?
Absolutely not. Well, no. I don't know. I don't have it in hand. What do I think? I don't know, man. I'm not buying it.
Fair enough.
I bought it because it was pretty cheap, and I like the designs.
That's fair. How much was it?
20.
Huh?
20.
Oh.
Yeah, the mini plot is surprisingly cheap.
I was like, yeah, I'll take.
Give me a reason to not get
for
it.
$20. That's perfect.
Yeah, that's really good. Actually, I might have to get it. Yeah, so that's neat. Is there anything else that the blog said either last week or this week?
Not really. Last week they basically focused on the fact that they can be the gem modes, and like the individual like vehicle modes, and then this week they focused on like the combinations. So.
Oh, okay.
Didn't really show off anything new that you.
I'd be interested to see if they do anything sort of like when Ryu Soldier was continuing to carry on, it started to add things like, here's some open hands for the original mecha, and here's a Ryu Soul. So I wonder if that's going to be like the standard going forward, or if that was just like a really spontaneous addition.
It's possible. I think it depends on just how much mecha Kira Major ends up having by the end of the series.
Having.
Yep, that's a word.
I'm sorry. There were so many different title choices for this week. For this episode specifically. Yeah, either everyone's hot voice is well communicated, or I heard the sound of my holy brain juice dying, but the happening is pretty good.
Spell it however it feels right.
Yeah. Or however it feels wrong.
Oh, let me tell you, it doesn't feel right.
It does not.
Yeah, what are we talking about? I'm pretty sure,
the mini
class.
001. Doesn't sound quite right.
Yeah, Josh, why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
01?
01.
There it is. So, remember when 01 had Soto figures? It's been a minute.
Oh, you know what? There was that one time when SHODO-O had a 01 figure in it.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, they just threw Thouser to that Geo set, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty fitting because Thouser probably wants nothing to do with Geo or with 01.
That's true. So basically, the last time we had a actual 01 figure reveal was for Metal Cluster Hopper back at like the beginning of February or something like that. And we've been waiting for. I mean, there's been more stuff that they could have been doing for 01. We talked about like they could be doing the Reiwa, the first generation stuff, since they hadn't gotten to that yet. And it seems like they are going to start getting to that. Because last night during the streets, I was scrolling through Twitter, and I found someone post a picture from the upcoming. I believe it's from the upcoming Telebukun issue, which should be out within about a week or so. That seemed to showcase the full AI-06 lineup of Metal Cluster Hopper, which we already knew about, Comrade Zongis, or Trash Bag Waz, as Corey likes to call him.
Trash Bag Waz!
Which we also already knew about. And then two other figures that we had not seen before. The first one was 001 from Reiwa the first generation, which is when 01 uses the Force Riser instead of the 01 driver, and gets a new form for that. And then I don't remember the name of it.
Trilobite
exactly,
Magia.
That one. Thank you. So that's like their that's like the
grunts,
soldier evil ones. So
yeah.
They are.
I
starting
cannot wait to army build that thing.
I was about to say, how you feel about having another one of these troop builders just be one in a wave?
I am sad that we are walking away from the evil bad guy sets. And I hope we walk back to that, but for now
it'd be cool if we got Magia sets, but
yeah. But having a grunt again after so long makes me pretty happy. If I'm honest.
Well, technically the Kashins were grunts.
Well, I think I was about to say technically
guy,
they never walked away from it because you had the another waves.
True.
I mean
technically Geo just didn't really have grunts.
I did say had in a past sense.
Yeah, I would like to see us move back to full on sets for those guys, even if it was just like maybe a handful of them with an extra little grunt thrown in there.
Yeah.
I would be down for re-releases of that. Like
the Action Guardians had the right idea where they had like different variations.
Yeah.
It was perfect. But then again, part of me wonders how well those actually did, because I don't see those moving too many units in the aftermarket. It was I only saw them move when they started clearancing them out, which was I should have had more of a field day than I actually did, because are you kidding me? Grunts that look really cool, like cheap dudes that you have to buy a lot of for really cheap. I don't know.
I think that's another title out of context. Cheap dudes.
Yeah.
Cheap dudes. Guys, cheap dudes.
Demonetized.
Hey, there's nothing controversial about cheap dudes.
But yeah, I'm very excited to see these two.
Oh yeah.
Josh, you specifically, how are you feeling about 001 being here?
Oh, I love it.
I know you're the one pulling the most for
the Reiwa generation stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I just figured because there's the two brand new riders and then another 01. It just made sense for them to eventually get to those.
Yeah,
I was just wondering why.
How long? Yeah. I didn't quite understand it either, but I mean, at least we're here now.
Yeah. I'm honestly more shocked that 001 is in this set rather than Jin Burning Falcon, but
well, it's probably just I kind of immediately saw the Trilobite Magia and thought, oh, that's definitely like filler. Just so they can pace themselves.
Because for Burning Falcon, didn't it? You know what? Now I'm questioning where I got this information, but isn't it kind of understood that thing definitely wasn't really supposed to happen?
Well, it's weird because in a way, yes, because it kind of seems like, well, just because of the belt that he uses and the fact that it wasn't going to be retail and stuff like that points to that direction, and also because the suit is kind of a reuse of Vulcan's suit.
Oh, you're saying it wasn't originally planned, but it was like a last second thing?
Right.
Yeah, so there's probably going to be a while before we see a figure.
Right. But, I mean, it is. I definitely think that Burning Falcon was not planned, but it was planned as far back. It had more of a heads up than Ikazuchi had. Where that was very last minute, I feel. Because we've known about Burning Falcon since at least November, when the next quarter of stuff got a toy list, because he got an RKF figure and that was planned to happen. So, because it was because of the RKF figure that we found out he was getting Burning Falcon at all. So, it's weird. It's definitely seems to be an unplanned form that like also was kind of planned. So it's I don't know, it's odd. But
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Might be a while. I mean, it might be a while till we get any SHODO anyway. So
that's very true. I mean, hey, they're still working on Ikazuchi and everything too. So
they might be able to catch up with this break, possibly.
Maybe.
They're
really starting to have a lot of catch up to do, though.
Yeah, considering what is it? Mega House is like that's China based, right?
Mm-hmm.
At least that's what I had understood it to be. If their factory shut down, they can't go back and forth with them,
right?
To sort of hash out, oh hey, how is this gonna look? What tweaks do we need to make? So like, there is, even though they can design stuff on their own, doesn't mean they'll get factory okay to make it. So they can do all they can, but like without the factory input, I don't know how much they could really get through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we'll see. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Hey, Malunis.
Yes.
Kuuga,
a new hero, a new legend, gets a second wave on retail.
Hell yes. Hell to the yes.
I'm so glad because
Are you kidding me?
Specifically, it's weird. It's not the fact that it's the final form or the amazing mighty, as the joke goes. It's the fact that they actually have growing form, which I was kind of hoping that we would get, because I like the look at that design. I like the base forms, and hey, it's technically a female writer if you believe in the novel.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Do you believe in the novel? Like,
I mean,
honestly,
some of the information people put out about the novels, like the Gaim one, just kind of read like fan fiction. So it's like, I don't know if this is real or not.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
I mean, as you know, the Boom Studios comics are fan fiction.
That's true. And so is SIC.
Yeah, exactly.
About that.
Yeah.
Oh man, that goes back.
It will make me get a second one though. It will
of course it will.
Yeah, of course. Like, the fact that it is another character will urge me to get a second one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this set has one of my all-time favorite rider forms in it, so...
Amazing Mighty.
Yeah. That's...
Amazing Hercules.
Yeah.
Amazing Coca sauce.
Hey, what else we got here?
Yeah,
Ultimate?
Yes, Ultimate form, as well as the Black Eye version, which is, they say it will look good next to Decade, but technically that would be Rising Ultimate form, I think.
I don't know, man. These guys are nerdier nerds than we are. There might have been some split second, 1 second frame that he was in together. You never know.
I mean, Kuuga did at one point have the final form, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
True.
Oh, also, you have Decade's, actually, they didn't even make a figure for Decade Complete form, so never mind.
Mm-hmm. Sadly.
Mm.
Hopefully one day.
Yeah, so this is some good stuff. And then, unfortunately, we got to the sad stuff.
Yes, why don't you go into more detail?
Okay, so, hey, Google Translate sucks.
It does sometimes when it comes to dates.
Yeah.
Well, when your date system involves kanji, then, things get a little bit mixed up.
Google decided I can search the web for that. Just have the search chip below. I'm sorry. My phone thought I was talking to it. Hey, for whatever reason, whenever Google Translate decides to do its thing, it changes the date sometimes, which is really off-putting. And this is the second time it's happened, so I think hopefully I've learned my lesson. But they said a lot of the stuff, as we know and as we've been talking about these last few weeks, has been or will be pushed back. We've got shodo-x Kamen Rider 8 coming out in March. They moved AO06 and AI06 complete.
Oh,
set.
that's what
like
that was.
the box and the set. Yeah.
I was thinking, was that a typo?
No. So the stuff moved. Like it got postponed to March. From March.
Yeah.
So 806 X8 and AI06 both got moved out of this month. But luckily we still had O's Combo Change 2, which apparently did successfully.
It's O's.
I think they said something like that at the top. Yeah, it's O's. And we still have AI's 5.5 coming out at the end of the month. So
yeah,
there is stuff still coming out, but they haven't done any 01 updates because all that stuff is being pushed back, and they basically said, like, it's straight up what we've been thinking, and I'm glad that they were like really upfront with it. Let's see, if they delayed it, that means the release date is too far away. They can't really talk about it or get into it as far as they would like to, and even if they did, there wouldn't be enough information to spread out across the rest of the year. So it makes sense.
It's like I can respect that decision because one of my favorite cartoons right now is Steven Universe. It's almost over, sadly. One thing that it is kind of known for is that Cartoon Network will decide to air a bunch of episodes in a row to make up the fact there's a hiatus. And looks like that hiatus is going to be long again because we just gave you all the episodes that we had.
I don't know why they always sort of just blow their load with everything they have. They do that sometimes.
They do that a lot.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, I totally appreciate that. Like, they let us know that this was happening.
Yeah.
And like, again, I would have understood either way, and I'm very appreciative at all that this blog exists and we get such candid information. But it really does a lot. It goes a long way that they told us that this is exactly why this is happening. So this is why we can't really do stuff. I really appreciate it.
I could have misread something, but I thought I kind of looked at it myself as well. I thought it mentioned something along the lines of we don't have a lot to show right now anyway, because and that might just be me. That might just be me because I had been saying for a while, I don't know if they have much left to reveal that's not already in the show. Because
I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, like terms and in the first place of the review can level mass production sample has not been production. I assume that's kind of what you're saying. Like it's not a lot of the stuff that they would talk about isn't even ready.
Right.
Because they haven't been doing those what if forms, so they've only got so many things left.
That is true.
Yeah. In Geo's toy line.
There's 3 things left that aren't another Riders, so.
Yeah. So look forward, guys, to the next blog in August 9th. I'm kidding.
You said
Google
September
Translate for some
before.
reason. September? Look, man, I don't know how dates work.
Full disclosure.
I see 9/9. August sounds about right. Like
Brooklyn
9
Nine-Nine.
looks like an
Love that
August number. Like a 9 looks like an August number.
What does that even mean? But okay.
Like you can see, like 9. Guys, the next blog update is in 2 weeks instead of in 6 months. For some reason,
Don't
Google
worry.
Translate decided to. Yeah. I'm surprised we're getting one at all. I thought we'd be delayed at least a month.
5.5.
But, yeah. Right. Yeah. But like I said, with this being delayed and even last week, since there was no news, if there's no news during that week, we probably won't have a show. If there's not enough news, we probably won't have a show for stuff. So we will be going dark for a little bit. So
Same as before.
we'll talk about that more at the end. But yeah, that's it for the blog update. Unless Malunis, you wanted to talk about these little golden chibis.
It's cool that they're making more. That's about it.
Really, that's it? That's all you got for me?
I mean, they are more up to date than SHODO right now.
That's fair. Do you even buy these?
Nah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's it. Hey, SHODO-O. What a spectacular outing. They've been gone for so long, but they came back swinging. And
like before, they were like, here's some notable antagonistic writers, and also a bunch of villains that you may or may not be familiar with.
Yeah. And on top of that, I was kind of surprised we didn't get any Amazon's stuff in this. Considering they're gearing up yeah. I was really looking forward to the mole guy, whoever mole dude was.
I would have liked to see Amazon Sigma.
I feel like that would be in another. Oh yeah, you're right. That might go here. I don't know what goes where, but I'm very excited. So, let's see. They said this next set is gonna have 6 different boxes, which I don't think is too outside the norm for SHODO-O. And the first one is
Go Gadoru Ba.
That what he said.
That sounds like some weird O's form.
Go
Takagaruba.
Go Garuba. So yeah, this dude. You know what? You know more about Kuuga than I do. So you go ahead, Malunis. Tell us what this dude's all about.
So I had to look this guy up because their names are really ridiculous.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I did the same thing. I saw the name and I was like, "That's not real. That can't be real."
The big villain from the end of the show is called Indaguva Zeba.
I will never be able to say the Grongi names without just sounding like I'm saying absolute nonsense.
Yeah,
I say a lot of absolute nonsense, so it wouldn't be out of the norm. But
yeah, I'm there for most of it.
So this guy, I had to look him up specifically because they said he is a highly popular character. He is from, I believe, the debut of Pegasus form, and his whole thing is that he had a bunch of different fighting styles to kind of match Kuuga's forms. So, he did hand-to-hand combat, he had a sword, he had a bow, and he had what was staff. Mm-hmm. And it seems like they're including all those. So that's cool.
Yeah, and I guess when he changes those different fighting forms, he gets different eye colors. And there are different heads to reflect that.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, it's dope. Again, those thrown in all the neat little touches, this is exactly what SHODO sort of needed, I guess, because SHODO just sort of pumped stuff out for a while, but once X and O got underway, we got everything, everything we needed. It became a SHODO line, and on top of that,
and this is also go ahead. This is also great because hey, guess who's going to be in SHODO soon? Exactly.
They even made reference to it, versus 9's Kamen Rider Kuuga and SHODO Chronicles Kamen Rider Kuuga. They're different sizes, but fun anime characters are 3-dimensional. So, again, more evidence, and I said this on the blog post, but more evidence that these two lines are supposed to synergize really well.
Right, right.
And they're, made by the same people, so, duh.
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. And, that's not just me saying it's all made by Bandai. It's all made by... Or at least G-Man is heading up, or D-Man is heading up both Chronicle and O and X. So it's a lot, honestly. And I'm very excited. Now, let's talk about Delta. I was so happy to see this guy.
Oh, nice, rounding him out.
Fantastic.
Yeah, because this week even I was on the fence. I almost bought Blaster Form Fies, so I was in a Fies mood. I was primed and ready to go, and then this dude shows up looking all slick.
So were you opening your eyes for the next Fies?
I am. My eyes are all the way open. But don't touch them because that's dangerous apparently. Don't touch your face. We'll talk about it more when we talk about the accessory set, but it comes with a lot of cool stuff. And they're all pretty well painted.
Also, is it just me or I looked at the black that's on all of these figures. Does it look photoshopped to you, or is it just me? Something about the way that they're like catching light. It looks a little bit photoshoppy.
I will admit these photos. Now that you said something, they do slightly look a bit washed out. Perhaps.
Yeah. That might be all it is.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Hopper Hell Brothers! Oh my god!
Hell yeah!
Kabuto's back, baby. I'm blown away by these. I'm so excited. That means we're getting more Kabuto commitment. Honestly, my picks for what would be in Shodo-O next were like, yeah, do some Amazon stuff and do some what is it? Dragon Knight is Ryuki catch up.
Oh yeah.
But like now we're just starting a new thing with more Kabuto stuff, and then they said at the bottom, we are also planning a lineup after the next bullet, so that both of them can be entangled. So I hope you can get 2 of the Hell Brothers first. I need Gatak. And at this point, I'm pretty big on Kabuto as well. I mean, like, I loved the form before, but now that it's Kagami's form, I'm absolutely happy to have another Kabuto. So,
I was about to say, is it a do you have the Kabuto on hand to compare to these guys to see if they've changed the mold in any way?
It's under a bunch of stuff, but I mean, the legs and arms look relatively the same. I don't know. I'll take them out because, like, mostly with Shodo, all they really change is the sort of crotch and chest area.
It only comes to mind because they've been doing these Showa writer redesigns recently, and Kabuto was an early one.
It was, and I can't and just with the mentality behind Shodo-O now, and X, I'm really excited, especially if they do end up changing the mold up a bit, and like this mold is really versatile now. Like we can get the movie guys, which we never get the movie guys, and I will scream at the top of a mountain shouting out my praise for those movie figures or those movie forms.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure those movie forms are literally all the Kabuto body exactly, with the exception of the belt.
Yeah,
and the head.
Yeah.
And they have
and wrist.
They have that remolded the B sector.
Yeah. I do wonder, and we could tangent off a little bit. Who do you think's coming in that Kabuto set? Is it going to be straight Kabuto stuff, like a full dedicated Kabuto wave, like cool. They did with
like if they had
Amazons?
If they had like Sword and Drake and stuff like that.
Well, like I'm hoping for a Kabuto and Gatak. But...
Well, if they do a Kabuto, they'll do a Dark Kabuto.
Yeah.
They love doing that.
That might be in Shodo-O again.
Could.
I don't mean to hype you up when I say this, but if they had to, if their thought was to update the Kabuto mold, then that would be the opportunity to also go, what if we make the armored versions too, just as swappable parts?
Ooh.
That's the thing. Like, that's why I was wanting it to be SHODO.
Right.
Because I know they'd be able to get the armored parts out there.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering, because, like, obviously, G-Man has to weigh between, hey, should we do this in SHODO or SHODO? Because, like, he's balancing both. I'm assuming they don't want overlap. That, again, just an assumption, but, like, it would make sense. Why would you put out a product that directly competes with your own product?
Right.
So I wonder if those are even on the table, because like what they mainly do is the bikes, right? And wouldn't you be able to reuse bits of the bike for Gatak's bike as well?
I think so.
I think it's also it's also possible that if they did a whole set that's themed after one of these guys, then might be Fize. Fize is popular. Like, what have they got left? Orga, Saiga?
For Fize.
Yeah, Orga, Saiga, and then if they wanted to do like a Ryo Trooper.
If they wanted to do a side basher, you know.
That's
I wouldn't mind. Oh man, they could do. What if they started doing some Decade stuff and they did Violent Emotion Decade?
There it is.
With the side basher. Yeah, that's it.
Mr. G wanted
That's
it.
been his dream. Exactly.
No, I think
was
it was
his
Mr.
dream.
G that wanted that.
Oh, okay. But I know there's want for it. And candidly, I did buy a side basher recently, and it is coming to me soon. So yeah, this is so exciting. Also they touched on Agito, but they didn't give us a G3 at all. So I'm wondering when that's going to be happening as well.
That'd be nice. Or Gills.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I don't know if you mentioned it with this Shodo-O set, but I am guessing this is probably in response to the survey, because these all sound like big fan favorites.
That's true.
Yeah. It probably was. I don't know if I saw that. Oh.
I mean, because I think the last two, they even said, yeah, you guys voted for all of these, so we're making them.
Yeah. We should probably look back at that. Yeah. Also, there's this dude.
Oh, yeah, it's the main villain of Black RX and the main villain of Masked Rider. How could you not know who this is?
You know, back in the day when they actually had a guy in makeup.
This is count.
Hey, we're back to the old days. There's guy in makeup now in
Kira Major.
New one.
Kira Major?
Kira Major, yeah, that's it.
Oh, they actually have a prosthetic thing going on?
Kinda. Like the rest of the head, but the mouth is...
It's just a guy
there.
with makeup.
Uh-huh. It was really bad. Again, tangent, but like in episode 1, I already didn't like the look of the thing, and then the person who was in the suit was told to act out throwing up. And it looked atrocious, and I don't want it anymore.
I liked his look, to be perfectly honest.
It's disgusting. The Google Translate translated this guy as General Jerk, which is wonderful. But then Blade Raider quote tweeted us our Twitter post, and he said, "I will be calling him Trashbag Destro." And I love it.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
So either of those.
I forgot. People compared him to Destro.
Yeah, I will take either of these. But speaking of the trash bag, this is made out of full PVC. Like, his cape is fully PVC.
Nice.
And there is tons of paint on this guy. And on his big stick. So...
cheap dudes.
Yeah. Cheap dudes. He has a large sword. Which is apparently from the Kamen Rider Decade All Riders vs. Die Shocker movie. I forgot if I saw that or not, but I guess it doesn't really matter.
That's the first one where they all came together.
Okay. I'm glad that Shodo-O has moved away from the filler stuff. Is what I told myself. When I saw this guy, but then we look at this accessory set. Oh man, different swappable heads for the Grongi dude, the sword, the big stick, a briefcase for Smart Brain, and tons of little accessories for Delta. Barrel? Like, so, part of is that just the X8 one? Is that just the X8 mold? barrel? Because weirdly, this is not the first time we've seen a barrel in candy toy form. I guess this is the barrel's base form, not the X-Aid version.
I love how angry
Whatever.
you are about this.
It's. I'm not mad. It's just really funny that this is here.
I'm tweeting that out right now.
It's just as funny as the inclusion of the Shodo guardrails that were molded in all white.
Oh yeah.
At least this is molded in an appropriate color, but God.
This is not what we're gonna have to do for the thumbnail or the title, but I like the idea of just titling it hint of shodo-x and there's a red circle over the barrel.
Oh my God, that would be the best.
And worst.
Yeah, and worst. We are YouTubers though, so we have to be the worst. These are going to start. You can start like ordering these March 18th. It says, at various sites, including Premium Bandai. So it's like, this is retail, I believe. So, as usual, it's just available on Premium Bandai, but not Premium Bandai exclusive.
As you do.
What was that?
As you do.
Yes. So that does it for SHODO, Shodo, and Mini-Pla this week.
That it does.
And like I said, we are not going to be probably here next week, but there is some stuff that you can still check out if you're not fully satisfied with all the candy toy things in your feed. I know both of you guys have been or are working on projects that are candy toy related. Malunis, why don't you tell us about your latest one?
Yeah, so I decided to get back on that horse of SHODO coverage on Tokunet. I decided to, first of all, kind of...
SHODO horse!
Oh,
I'm sorry.
So, I did 01 for the month of October 2019, which was the entirety of Wave 2, it turns out. And then, since I was still, feeling pumped about SHODO coverage, I decided to then cover more of the X8 stuff in the archive, which also happened to be in October with an entire Wave 2. That was a weird coincidence.
Nice. Strange synergy, but
yes.
I like it.
And if you want to read more about that, you can just go to the link in the description. But, just to talk about it a little bit, the first one that I did was obviously the start of SHODO, talking about things like the base body that they made then turned into X8, which has muscles. I didn't realize that. This time they talked about things like the articulation, just saying that it's exceptional compared to other candy toy figures, but I would put a kinda at the end of that because you've talked about things like Forze.
Yeah.
I would also say Forze was 5 years old at the time of SHODO, so...
Yeah, but, by the time... So, once Wizard ended, which I believe was the last of, the really good stuff, then Gaim stuff happened, and the articulation really took a backseat. The construction took a backseat. And then with Drive, got a little worse. Got a little bit okay with Ghost, but it was feeling a bit hollow. So, SHODO moving into the 2 boxes, which I saw in the article, really helped them spread that value out.
Yes, such as allowing them to use more colored plastic, so even if you don't want to put on most of the stickers, it still looks pretty good.
And they addressed, hey, we know during play stickers do come off.
Yeah.
That was really interesting to me. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and a small tidbit. They talked about the display stand before, about how, like, we made it so you can put the armor onto the display stand in case you don't have the figure and at least want something nice to put on the shelf. But this time they also made a point of saying the display stand was specifically made so that you can have them put into a rider kick. And that actually does kind of solve one thing that I thought was really weird about everything prior to Geo, because, you know, with Geo, it made sense. It was like, oh, the strut pegs into the back of their waist, so you can have them kind of standing there in a very sturdy way. And then I didn't understand why the ones before were so tall. They didn't peg into anything. That's why. Rider kicks.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And also, just to go into one of the more interesting ones I thought was kind of funny, they pointed out how the chibi level 1 head on the back of the level 2 figures, those are supposed to be put on the body, so if you follow the usual sticker guide, you're going to have some eyes on the back, which is not accurate. The person running the SHODO line said, it's not like the show. Or is that just me who thinks that?
Yeah.
So specifically because they were particular about accuracy, they wanted to include an alternate sticker for people who want, the way they put it is, now your level 2 figure is perfect from 360 degrees.
And thus began the option sticker craze.
The level 1 body is also like that.
Yeah. So yeah, that's really dope.
Yeah, and there's also another interesting one. I guess I will just talk about this very briefly.
Okay.
It's about the armor compatibility, because it's something I don't really think about much. It's like, oh yeah, they made it so you can kind of swap the armor around. That makes sense. Apparently that was very difficult to do, because it means you're kind of limited to this template. So I imagine what they mean is, like, what if you come across a design that doesn't quite fit that template? Makes it a little bit more challenging. But their manufacturer, Mega House, had some experience with this during Gaim with their candy toy figures, and also
full circle, dude.
And also trying to make all the mini Pla work together. So because of that, you're able to do a bunch of wacky combos to, like, play with your imagination, and they included some, and they're nice. I remember...
Man, it's just like... That place is just like a structure, like a huge...
It's a mega house, if you will.
Like a mega house...
Not Ultra.
Not Ultra house of talented people. Talented, capable people. What a good time.
I definitely do not belong there.
I mean, no one belongs there now. It's probably...
Wash your hands. So the alternate the photos that they include, all those different form changes, I remember seeing those back during XA, and that was kind of one of the first things that made me go, ooh, what is this line doing?
Yeah, like I mean, I candidly did not like XA, but like I had mad respect for their 4-inch line and was collecting, like, various other disparate candy toy lines, like, around it, and I saw the X-Ed ones and I was like, wow, this is, like, the biggest step up recently, and I was so amazed by it. Eventually I did end up, buying into them, and then got into build.
This is not the discussion for this episode, but I will say, as someone who, towards the end of XA, basically collected at least half of the 6-inch line, I have a lot of negative opinions about the way that they handled the armor gimmick. And then when I, like, messed around with some of the candy toy ones recently, I was just like, this is exactly what they should have done.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it is strange that they're not able to translate that to a larger scale. I mean, I don't know. I guess the whole point of DX is to keep everything that transforms as one shape, but like SHODO breaks down everything in parts forms.
I think that's
so I guess that's a thing they get.
That's legitimately the way that SHODO succeeds with X8 is that the DX line is just like this is a discussion for another episode probably. Anyway.
That's fair. Yeah. Hey. Let's briefly touch on.
040.
Oh wait, hold on. Before we continue, like I said, if you haven't gotten your SHODO fill or your candy toy fill, Josh, you're still doing SHODO Sundays, and that has moved to Facebook.
It has moved to the Facebook page.
Yes.
The Toku Toy Store Facebook page.
Yeah.
Nice.
So head over there. I mean, also on this channel, I'll be doing the news stuff, but Josh does it as well. You can get the same amount of news, probably more concise, less rambly sort of perspective on it. So go head over there if you need your if you need more SHODO updates, if you need more SHODO stuff. Life is not complete without SHODO. All right, let's dive into 04040404.
Rising Assault Hopper or Shining Assault Hopper. I keep messing that one up.
Yeah, I'd say he's a pretty good figure as I knock him down on accident. My favorite part about him is that I did not have to apply a single foot sticker on the toes. Yeah. Because I recently stickered up some of the Geo stuff, and that is my least favorite stickers. So I just want to appreciate the time I did not spend stickering the toe.
Yeah.
Please, never give us toe stickers ever again. That is the absolute worst. Bane of my existence.
And I do not appreciate the grasshopper legs on the chest armor, which do need stickers, unlike Shining Hopper.
That was annoying.
It's like this design is actually technically, to me, better than Shining Hopper, but oh, that one part.
I'm wondering, is it the same piece as Shining Hopper?
I don't remember. It could go either way.
Let me grab Shining Hopper. Because, like... Oops. Well, that was dangerous. It looks like the same piece. Because, like, oh, this works out perfectly. Because I biffed the chest sticker on my Shining Hopper.
Ooh.
And I could just use the back piece. Hold on, let me 100% check.
Okay.
Rip this off and put it on him. But if it is the exact same, hell yeah, I'm getting another one. Oh my god, why is that on so sturdy? I guess that's not a bad thing.
I'm glad we can all see this.
Yeah, sorry, I'm doing some toy surgery right now.
They did the thing with the weapon that I like, where it's a top and bottom part. It's a nice big weapon.
Yes. I mean, I will say I do appreciate when all your stuff is in one place, i.e. like, sword bits and stuff. So then you don't have like extra bits accidentally hanging around. But it looks good. Like, it looks really good.
And how does that
I'm plugging it into the back right now. Yeah, that's perfect.
Oh, I gotta do that later.
That is 100% perfect. Oh, heck yeah. I'm getting another. Oh, man. Like, biffing that chest sticker in AI03 and this not having enough paint is perfect. This is working out perfectly.
Nice.
So pro tip for you guys.
Yep.
Buy another one.
Solid advice.
Yeah. Buy another Shining Hopper. It can do you no wrong.
Don't buy Gates and Bibble armor, but do buy this.
Shut up.
I'm saying that so you can get it.
How about two? Oh, that's true. Yeah, thank you. Actually, you guys can have it. It's 2,500 yen. If it's 1,500 yen again, yeah, that's mine. But if it's 25, you guys...
Bad deal.
Yeah, well, I'll just wait till the next unboxing video when Corey has another one in the box again.
The next few unboxing videos will not have that. It will have tons of other stuff, but it will not have that. But yeah, the chest and the shoulders, having that red line, like those little details, I appreciate it. The application is a bit messy, so I kind of understand like why they said, "Oh yeah, it's a very difficult thing to accomplish."
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't executed like perfectly in production, but I appreciate the effort. Like, this is the difference between, you know, saying something and not saying something. They told us that, hey, we almost didn't put this in here or something, or like we wanted to try this. So I am definitely willing to forgive how not as good it looks,
Mm-hmm.
because they said something, they tried something, they wanted to provide something better, and this was an attempt. It didn't pan out well, just, you know, but I appreciate the attempt, because mine came out a little messy.
That's a shame.
Yeah, a little. How'd yours come out?
I didn't notice anything wrong with it.
Okay, it's just on the chest of mine. Like, the blue got not misaligned, but like some of the paint looks a little misapplied. Yeah. Hey, let's move a little quicker so I don't have to edit an hour-long podcast.
Assault Wolf.
Assault Wolf, my favorite figure of the set. When they were talking about how they were able to mix paint and molded plastic and like just about seamlessly paint match in between to get the arms to synergize really well, it worked. It worked out so well.
Nice. It gets the Corey approval.
Yeah, no, I love this thing so much. It's one of my favorite designs. The guns on the forearms are the coolest thing. So I love this thing. This is so beautiful.
I don't think I've ever brought it up on the show. Ain't it weird how he's got like rabbit tank parks on the top of the helmet?
It does look like that.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. That is strange.
It's not even
maybe
like
that's why I like it more.
It's not even like they like altered a build helmet. It's just like they're actually pointed at a different angle, implying that they just like did some Fallout jury rigging where they just kind of took some parts from a helmet and just glued it onto here.
Yeah, I will say, putting the sticker over that chest turbine looking thing,
never a good
the sticker
time.
does not look. Yeah, it doesn't look that great, but I do appreciate the pop that it gives it.
Mm-hmm.
The soda
that
pop?
colors, huh? Yeah, the soda pop. It's great. The only thing that I could really say that I would have wanted was another shot riser with the trigger thing attached to the back. I think that just would have been neat.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but he comes with this gun, and it looks really cool, so I don't mind.
Yeah.
Anything else before we move on to Metal and Phantom?
I want to talk about Metal Build because that was I think I said it when we first saw it. This is weirdly the one that I was most hyped for, considering Metal Build is a character that I find the most pointless as a concept.
Really? Because I think that mostly applies to Phantom Build.
Phantom Build actually, well, from a design standpoint, I mean, I don't know anything about the story.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Just like, let's take an entire build suit and only change the eyes in a really redundant way.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the figure. Very cool. And why is it cool?
Because it's SHODO-O build?
Yes, they decided to, just as a recap, they decided to, instead of having it be the usual Hazard body where it splits in half, it's one that has the chest and armor, which means that they also, because of Phantom Build, they also had to add swappable forearms, and because of that, swappable hands were an option.
Yes.
And it was all because it's the last SHODO build figure, so they wanted to go out with a bang.
It makes me very sad. Oh, no. I'm noticing an issue with this.
Uh-oh.
Now, the stickers are lifting.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
The black stickers on the
Like
black
a
plastic?
lot. Yeah, like a lot.
Uh-oh.
What the heck? That's horrible. I hate this figure. What is going on? I thought this was an issue with the build, like the build figures and just the sticker quality. But like for some reason, I guess there are just a lot of corners and angles for you to like latch onto on accident. I don't know. That's strange.
But yeah,
anyway,
swappable
sorry
hands.
about that. Continue.
And because the reason we're calling it a Dai Soto thing is also because, hey, for no particular reason other than because it's special, Rabbit Tank Hazard form.
Yep.
Which
and hey,
we didn't talk about the Converge figures that they revealed in that Shodo post, but they also finally added Rabbit Tank Hazard form there and specifically called it out as a highly popular form. So I guess that also makes sense here.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
You were gonna say?
I said I didn't know.
No,
I didn't know
before
it was so
I talked.
popular. What?
You were starting to say something.
Oh.
Well, so
I was not.
they also added Rabbit because hey, apparently they forgot to do that before.
Oh, that yeah. I was saying that, wasn't I? My bad. Yeah, Rabbit. I'm really excited for that thing.
That's one of those things where it's like, I didn't even know that was an option, so I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, I mean, part of me kind of just wants to get a regular Hazard body for that instead of like a Dai Soto, just so it synergizes correctly with the rest of mine.
So you have all of the variants displayed?
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice.
And like I can separate Metal Build because he is technically a separate like person.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
If you've got all of the different Hazard forms on display, you might as well just also have Metal Build.
What, like leading the charge? That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Oh my god! What a missed opportunity to have him lead a team of.
That would have actually been cool.
Builds. Yeah. Oh wow. It wouldn't have made sense, but it would have been cool. Yeah. So, only recently did the stickers start upsetting me like that. So I don't know how indicative of yours that tail was.
Well,
like how are your stickers holding up?
I didn't actually.
That it happened on my Phantom build, but considering they're the same stickers,
I don't have it right in front of me, but I also just realized how many stickers did I use that weren't just paint.
That's fair. You paint your stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, Phantom build looks really cool.
Yeah.
And like I really appreciate that like shimmery gold in the turbine.
Yeah. Okay, so that part, when we saw the toy photos for that, for some reason I thought that was going to be a sticker. So I thought, okay, this is going to look kind of cool with the exception of these stickers that I have to kind of crumble up down here. And then when I saw it was painted, oh thank goodness.
Yeah. But hey, speaking of crumpled up sticker, check out that cockpit on his chest.
Woo boy.
What a crumpled up mess. The face, weirdly enough, was the easiest thing about like his specific stickers. Because like even the winglets, that little carrot that attaches to the body, that little portion there, that was kind of stupid. Yeah. I love the detail of this thing. And I'm glad they fattened out and made it one barrel for the cannons on his forearms.
Oh yeah, I seem to remember when we first got a look at that. I think you were specifically like doubting that they would be able to like pull this off, specifically because of little details like that. Like that's too much.
Yeah, that's what ruled it out for me, but they did it. So
It's also
fair.
it would
Fair
be
enough.
completely skippable just by the fact that it's technically not a rider form. It's like a monster by the fact that it's called Phantom Build and not Common Rider.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And also because I know that the classic term for the monsters in the Toku are kaijin, and kaijin sometimes gets translated as phantom for some reason. So I think that's what they're going for.
Another thing with this guy, the because of that chest armor colliding with the trigger, the hazard trigger, you are getting less range of motion there. That's just something to note. We don't typically get impeded motion with Shodo in the chest or anything noticeable, too noticeable. But it sort of jumped out to me just because, like, oh, I normally get a little bit more than that. Like, it does collide, so be aware.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's still a nice looking figure.
And you also get the standard build weapon, which I remember he basically said that he didn't actually know how much of a role this was going to play in their fight scenes. He just knew from one picture.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, it showed up. I mean, it definitely was there.
Yeah, and also
so it accomplished that goal.
It's also like whenever you see middle build, the thing that you see is hands behind the back. So you probably aren't going to use this much. So hey, this is an extra weapon for your other build forms if you got them.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, honestly, it's a great set. I know people weren't too jazzed about having build stuff in here, especially since it was like stuff no one really wanted that was a 0-1 fan. Or even like a build fan. No one was really too enthused about getting a metal build or a phantom build. So I can understand why people weren't super on board with this set. But in terms of the 0-1 stuff, Shining Assault Hopper and Assault Wolf are like really good.
Yeah.
They're really good.
This was one of those ways that I describe as it brings you up to date with the strongest forms at the time. And then it also gives you this nice extra addendum piece, as I always call them. And also, I guess worth noting for people who are buying the complete set, you get 2 bodies. So you can have regular metal build or just build in Rabbit Tank Hazard form and Phantom build.
Yeah. Again, still have no idea why people are confused about that. I mean, like they made a concerted effort to say, hey, this is the complete set.
I was going to say, I can see myself being confused because technically it's 4 different things that you could be displaying.
Fair.
Mm-hmm.
But, fine. Okay. Yeah, let's finish off here, shall we?
Yeah.
My editor's not going to be too happy about it. My editor is in, like, my editing program. I'm the editor.
We're not those kind of YouTubers.
This is going to be my problem. Yeah, oh god, no.
We're not that fancy, not at all.
Yeah, we made $1 off of our,
yeah, we did.
And we shared
our streaming. Yeah. $1 split between the 3 of us on our Anchor page. So, guys, if you want to support us, I guess listen to us on Anchor. Get us past that $1 mark, boys. I have not posted any new episodes on there in a while. I took a break, man. Last week really kicked my butt. So, I'll try to get back on that horse. There's still a lot of stuff I need to get done. But, guys, once again, we won't be here next week unless something big happens, which would be strange. I don't think it will, but we'll see. Thanks once again for hanging out with us for this full hour. If you miss out on any of your Shodo coverage, there's plenty of places to get it. And yeah, look for, you know what? I might be getting some boxes soon, so I might be doing some unboxings next week.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully there's good meme material on there.
Great, thanks, Josh.
You're welcome.
So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Let me end off with the wise words of Google Translate. to the two of you, everyone's hot voice is well communicated through the developer questionnaire.
Oh, beautiful.
Thanks for watching. Keep it juicy.
And don't you be a rabbit tank hazard. Wash your hands.
Wow.
Yep. Be afraid, because I heard the sound of my holy brain juice dying.
Stay hydrated.
With the holy brain juice. Keep it holy brain juicy.
Yep.
We've ended a while ago.
Yeah.
That's where we end it.
SHODO-O